Hello and welcome to UWS Sports News. I'm Gary Peterson. First of today's top stories, here's David Graham.
Coming up in today's show, we discuss the sacking of Manchester United manager David Moyes, bringing the latest from last night's action at the World Snooker Championships in Sheffield, and look back at the weekend's Formula 1 Grand Prix in Shanghai.
Manchester United have this morning sacked manager David Moyes less than a year into his 6-year contract. A statement released by the club thanked Moyes for his hard work, honesty and integrity he brought to the role. Ryan Giggs has been installed as interim manager until the end of the season and will prepare the side for their home game against Norwich this weekend. Moyes failed to win over a number of fans following a string of poor performances in the league this season, and United will finish with the lowest points total in their history, as well as failing to qualify for next season's Champions League. Current Holland manager Louis van Gaal has been installed as the bookies' favourite, along with Laurent Blanc and Diego Simeone. Meanwhile, Borussia Dortmund manager Jurgen Klopp has ruled himself out of the running. Well, Dave, also a massive day for Manchester United fans all around the world. What is next for the club?
Well, in the short term, it's obviously been announced that Ryan Giggs will take charge of the team for the rest of the season, and obviously they'll be looking for a replacement to come in and turn around the club's bad fortunes this season, and they'll probably wait till after the World Cup to get a permanent replacement for next season. Speaking
of the replacements, some big names in the world of football there. What do you make of them?
I think they're all strong contenders. Louis van Gaal's got a great track record and CV on international and club football. Diego Simeone's probably a good shout for getting the job. He's come on leaps and bounds as a manager at Atletico Madrid, and Jurgen Klopp is obviously ticking a lot of boxes for a lot of people. Very clever manager, and he could well be the next manager. Also,
we mentioned Ryan Giggs is taking on to the end of the season. Is it possible that if he does well towards the end of the season, that he could possibly get the job full time?
I mean, he could get the job full time. It's a possibility. You've seen it at clubs before in the past in the Premiership. I think what they need right now though is stability, and Giggs probably doesn't have the experience, but he could be a contender.
Thanks, David. Yeah. World number 2 Ding Junhui last night knocked out of the World Championship at the Crucible by debutant Michael Wosley. The world number 75 won 10-9 following a break of 103 to force a deciding frame. Meanwhile, 2007 runner-up Mark Selby beat Michael White 10-9 to set up a clash with Ali Carter in the second round.
To rugby now, and Glasgow Warriors secured their 15th win of the season on Friday, beating playoff rivals Ulster 27-9 at Scotstoun. Gregor Townsend's side currently sit 4th in the Pro 12 league table, just 1 point off 3rd place. In Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton made it 3 victories in as many races after winning the Chinese Grand Prix on Sunday. The Brit finished comfortably ahead of Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg in 2nd place, while Ferrari's Fernando Alonso rounded off the podium in 3rd. Hamilton is now 4 points behind Rosberg in the drivers' standings, while Mercedes have already pulled out a 97-point lead in the Constructors' Championship. The championship now moves to Europe with the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona in 3 weeks' time.
Looking forward to Glasgow 2014 now. I had the chance last week to speak to former Scottish Commonwealth wrestler Stephen McKeown to find out more about the sport and how he has transitioned from competing to coaching. Ahead of this year's Commonwealth Games, I met up with Trice Lions coach and former Scotland international Stephen McKeown to find out more about the club and the sport of wrestling as a whole.
This is Trice Lions Wrestling Club Cumbernauld. We've been active for about 25 years. We've been running at the Trice Sports Centre since it first opened. We've just recently celebrated the 25th anniversary 2 years ago. We have a number of wrestlers from 6 years of age all the way up to veteran wrestlers.
McKeown also discussed how his first for combat helps drive his coaching.
Well, I competed at World Championships, European Championships, Commonwealth Championships, Commonwealth Games, international here and everywhere, domestic and everything. I've coached from the wrestling club now for say 25 years. Over 25 years. I've coached the British Development Squad, the British National Talent Squad for the last 10 years. But nothing really beats the buzz of actually competing. You get great satisfaction out being a coach, but being out there and being challenged against one opponent against yourself is just, for me, I can't beat that.
McKeown also hopes that the Glasgow Games will help boost the wrestling participation.
As I said, we start at 6 years of age, the first group to about 10 years of age, and then our second group will go from 12 years of age all the way up to senior and veteran level, and hope that we can get a spin off that with a legacy. People can want to try the sport out, because it's a minority sport in Scotland. It's a small sport, and the better the numbers in it, the better for us.
It remains to be seen what the game's wrestling legacy will be, but for the Lions, they'll continue to keep on grappling. This is Gary Peterson for UWS News.
That's all we have time for today on UWS Sports News. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.